Good evening and welcome back to Cooking with Carol Diane. This evening, I'm all by myself, so dinner tonight's going to be really simple. I'm going to cook one of my favorites. It is stuffed bell peppers, and I have got, I like all different variety colors of bell peppers, so this is what I'm going to cook tonight. We're going to start with just these, and whatever I don't eat in the next couple of days, I certainly can freeze them. But my recipe is pretty simple and I wanted to share it with you tonight. So let's kind of just dive right in. Because it's only me, when I buy a great big thing of hamburger, I don't always use it. So I will divide it right down the middle, and that's pretty much what I have done with this one. I'm only going to take half of the big one that I had and cook that tonight. And I don't know if it's all the way thawed out. If it's not, I have a quick way to show you how to do that. We're going to start with that. And my spoon over. Chop that up there. I'm going to have this on high heat so that I can get it really going. And because I noticed that it's not all the way thawed out, what I usually do is I just take a little boat of water. And I put the water in there, which yes, creates steam. Put your lid back on. Let that steam cook in there. Here's a half of an onion that I used the other day, and I'm not going to even use all of that tonight. This is a yellow onion, and I like mine kind of diced real thin. So that's what this one's going to be. If you have a little food processor or whatever that you like to chop your onions instead of doing it this way, that's great. I just prefer to do it this way. I don't always have mine out. It's kind of buried. My little one anyway is kind of buried. So we'll just kind of eyeball this and see how much we want to put in there tonight. It said it's just me. Just having dinner for one. It's my son's birthday tonight. He's 40 years old. I don't know where the time went. I told him this morning that I'd bake him a cake and fix dinner, but I think he wanted to go out or do something different, and that's okay. It's his birthday. He can cry if he wants to. But I offered. I really did offer. So tonight, we're just going to cook this for me. So I think that's about enough onion. I don't need a whole lot in there. And set that aside. And then we'll go ahead and get the bell peppers all ready. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this on cooking the stuffed bell peppers. One is you can do it the way I'm going to do it tonight, where I cut this off and I put all my ingredients in where they're sitting up. Or you can cut the whole bell pepper in half so that you have halves, two halves, and stuff them that way. Either way, it's your choice, whatever you want to do. I just have always done it this way, so that's kind of what I'm going to do tonight, is always had them where, just kind of like an apple where you're coring out the apple. Take the insides out. Make sure the veins and stuff are out. It's going to go in this Pyrex pan right here. And if yours don't sit all the way, if they kind of lopsided, which some of them can do, just cut the bottoms off just a little bit. Not where you've got a hole in there, but just a little bit on there where they sit down in here. Real nice. And I'm not going to cook these in on the stove in a pot of boiling water. What I have found that works so much better and faster is to, when I get these in here, I'm going to fill it up with water, just a little bit of water, and then I'm going to zap it in the microwave. And I'm telling you, it works. So if you don't have time to do all that in your kitchen and you want something quick, easy, this is the way to do it. The meat, the ingredients that I'm cooking will already be cooked by the time I put it in these bell peppers. And so what I'm doing is just barely prepping everything. That's gonna fit in there just fine. Just fine. Always wash your bell peppers before you start anything. Again, anything that you buy at the grocery store, please wash and take care of. I live in Colorado, and yesterday was a very, very sad day for us here in Colorado. 10 people went to the grocery store. A couple of them weren't there, and 10 people were killed. I'm sure you've heard it on the news. And it was very, very sad and very, very upsetting. It's just go to your grocery store to get milk or whatever, and somebody comes and you're gone that fast. So when I went to the grocery store to buy my bell peppers, you know, I did kind of do a double take of just kind of scanning the perimeter around me. It was just kind of an uneasy feeling when I went to the grocery store. And so my heart goes out to the family members, friends, anyone that knew the people that didn't make it. And the officer, of course, that passed away that had 7 children. It was a bad deal, very bad deal. So with that being said, things in the grocery store aren't always what they seem, people or things, but the produce is what I want to talk about, is that I want you to be sure and wash everything when you go to the grocery store. Okay, so again, I would just take some water and fill, I don't know, a couple inches in there with water. Now, you can put them in this way, or you can put some saran wrap over it, which that is what I'm going to do, is put saran wrap over it, and I will stick it in my microwave for about, I'm going to give it 2 to 4 minutes. I'm going to start it out at 4 minutes and see if they're soft. So while I'm doing that, and while this is cooking down just a little bit more, I'm going to show you what I got today. I think you'll crack up at it. I don't know, I did. When I took my trip to Southwest Arizona, I was having the best time. And we don't have Cracker Barrel restaurants where I live. And so went there for breakfast, had a wonderful breakfast. And if you've been in a Cracker Barrel, you'll know they have a gift shop. Well, in my kitchen, for some reason, I never thought this would happen, I've decided to do a little chicken theme. And so I decided to buy things that look like chickens, and this was one of them. This actually is a coffee mug. It says Rise and Grind. It's a heavy mug though. So for right now, I've just kind of put flowers in it. That's one thing. I saw these adorable chicken mugs. I have 4 of them. And I kind of thought, well, that'll wake me up in the morning and be nice. So I got them. I got this mug, a little heavier, and on the back side, it says, I can rise and shine, just not at the same time. That's definitely my husband. I like that. And then I was in need of some hot pads, so I thought these little half guys were really cute. And I picked out the Rise and Shine of a couple of tea towels. Now, we here in Colorado call them tea towels. Back east, I know you don't. I have actually a sister-in-law, a distant sister-in-law that from Czechoslovakia, and she had never heard of a tea towel when she came to our house. And my mother asked, we were drying the dishes, and she says, well, the tea towels are right over there in that drawer. And she had never heard of that. It's just a hand towel to them, but it's a tea towel, kitchen tea towel. So I bought 2 of those. And then, I found this cute little guy to keep with the chicken theme. Now, I don't know French. I tried to learn it in 7th grade, but I had to look this up, what it said on the front, which is, in French, translated in English, is Sing Clear for France, okay? And on the back of it, that says Gallic. And the French are mostly Celtic and Gallic, which I didn't know either. France was originally called Gal, by the Romans. Gaul is a region of Western Europe. So when I took French many, many years ago, I think it was about 7th grade, the only thing that I can remember was Comment allez-vous? Très bien. Let's see, comment allez-vous? Très bien, merci. Et vous, comment ça va? Ça va bien. And that's as far as it goes, folks. I don't know French at all. But I decided to get this cute little guy, and he's going to hold a few extra utensils, and that's going to be great because I need help in my kitchen as much as I can get. Okay, so my hamburger is cooking right along, and that little bit of water that I put in there now has made it where the frozen part of the hamburger is nicely cooking. It really is. It's just nicely cooking. So again, I'm going to buzz over to my microwave. I'm going to stop the video and buzz over to my microwave a minute, cook those bell peppers, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My bell peppers have cooked in the microwave. Mine took about 6 minutes, and that's okay. I said about 4. I'd start at 4 to 6 minutes. The meat is all nice and cooked. And what I'm going to add to it is Italian-style stewed tomatoes, any brand. Doesn't matter what kind. I like the stewed tomatoes because they already have a lot of seasonings in there, which I like. I kind of chop them up just a little bit so that when we put it in, when I put it in the bell pepper, it's all nice and incorporated in there. You don't have to worry about continuing to heat this. Your hamburger's already cooked in there. And then I like to take some cooked rice. Tonight I am using the minute rice. I cooked about a cup of it. If you have long grain rice that you would like, that's fine too. So we're just going to kind of mix all this up. Now you could add some tomato sauce, but I just never have because I find that the stewed tomatoes are just about enough in there that you need. The main thing that you're going to be tasting are the peppers. We're going to add some salt and pepper. Generous amount of pepper, generous amount of salt. Smells good already. I've always liked these. I have to make it when husband's not around because he doesn't like them. I don't know why, but he doesn't. And then you're just going to take your amount. Move my little chicken over. Take your amount and start filling the bell peppers. Fill the whole cavity full of your mixture in the bell pepper. Each one. Try to go a little slow so I make such a mess. It's my kitchen, cook the way I want. I usually make a mess. It's really a nice evening tonight. It's not cold. It's not hot yet, but it's not cold. And I can hear my windows open and I can hear the kids down the street playing. It's always a nice sound to hear kids playing. I always liked it. I don't like to hear them scream and cry, but I do like to hear them play because, you know, it's life out there going on. And there's nothing better to me than having kids playing outside in their yard. Okay, so they're pretty full with all of the nice mixture. Here's the mixture. Clean up my mess. Clean up as I go. And then I take cheese. This is a sharp cheddar. You can use shredded cheese if you want. I just kind of like this to lay them on like this. And then I'm going to pop this in the oven. I've turned my oven on to 400 degrees. And I'm going to cook this just long enough to make the cheese melt. Like I said, your ingredients pretty well are already have cooked in the pot here. Even your rice has been cooked on the stove. So you're just warming up the bell peppers again and warming up the cheese. So I'm going to go over and pop that in the oven, and I'll be back to show you the final product. Catch you in a few. I'm back with my bell peppers that have cooked for, oh, not even 5 minutes in the oven. And that's just enough that it melted the cheese nicely on top. And so we're going to take one off of here. One nice one off of here. And pretty much for just me tonight, this would be a meal in itself. You can add a nice salad to this. And when you break them open, you see all your ingredients are inside, and it's wonderful. They taste wonderful, I'm sure. It's been a little while since I've cooked the bell peppers, so I'll just taste it right now and let you know. Really tasty. I needed this today. From my kitchen to yours, this is Cooking with Carol Diane. I hope you've enjoyed my simple little dinner tonight, and you go make some in your kitchen, okay? I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now.